Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Colorado Rockies in our tour through history. It's now 2008. Um, and thanks to the Lich potion, I guess we have, managing a long time. Remember, I even reset my age, thinking that it was causing an issue. So actually, we've been around even longer than that. Yeah, in our last episode, we did we win the World Series last episode? I don't think we did, but it says the last game that happened, I won. Oh right, no, we didn't even make the playoffs last season. That's right. That's right. We did add an Aramis Ramirez, who I believe I just made a contract offer to. We're taking about the arbitration stuff. Jeff Francoeur is a salty bastard. That's fine. We are still enjoying a fairly reasonable pile of money. Let's go and increase ticket prices to $18. Why not? If you come to Coors Field, or whatever they call it in the game so they don't get sued, you get to see a lot of offense. That's always exciting. Chicks dig the long ball, is what I am told. Okay. Buddy Black joins. Amazing. Rich Barnes got a better offer from somebody. What if I offered you 100 grand though? 100,000 smackaroos. I'll give you 150,000 smackaroos because I've got nothing better to spend my money on. That's not true, but we shall see. Alright, we've got a bunch of contracts here. We got Brad Lidge back for 3 years. Really, fuckers? I'm offering you lots of money. You should just take the deal I'm giving you. Alright, fine, jerks. You get 150k, and then the other guy gets 200k. And if you don't like it, then fuck off. I have neither the time nor the inclination to haggle with you. And again, right, we know what's happening here. They're getting better jobs. It's not about the amount of money. For the most part, it's the rest of your bullshit. Let's offer young Darren Oliver the manager's job, since the rest of you fuckers are just being jerks. I'd love to get Rich Burns. Clearly that's Barnes. That's clearly not going to happen though. So let's go and offer Kip Young a contract. And what about hitting coaches? Let's get Agustin. No, let's get Jerry Maddox. He's actually a little bit better. There we go. Wow, no gold glove for Andrew Jones this time around. That's unfortunate. Silver Slugger for... Are you having a fucking laugh? Like, no, seriously. Actually, though, that's right. You didn't have that great a season, did you? Never mind. Good for Mags, though. That's very appreciated. Good. I'm happy that you're happy. That's right, I did forget we actually had some good actual arbitration this time round. Wild. Oh, this is a bad year to need starting pitching help. Alright, what positions do we need? We need pitching, obviously. We will always need pitching. Aramis Ramirez is a pretty decent choice at first base. I'm always on the market for a new third baseman. I just don't think anybody. We need a new backup outfielder, though. That's another critical thing that we need. I need a backup infielder. I need a backup catcher, and we need more pitching. Let us begin, friends, Romans, and countrymen, by doing the Hall of Fame voting, though. Damn, look how good Jesse Barfield was in this fucking timeline. That's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty wild. Mike Greenwell, 700 plus home runs. That seems a bit excessive, but okay. Like at a certain point, you're just showing off, right? You're just like, look at me hit home runs. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm not good enough for Jeff Kent, unfortunately. I will always vote for Edgar Martinez. We could vote for the Crime Dog, I guess, as a treat. Maybe Don Mattingly, too? Sure. Tim Raines deserves it, but he'll probably never get it. Yeah, we're just in this weird thing where a lot of the players that are coming through are like slightly mediocre, and it's just going to be really hard for them to overcome that. Oh, Greg Swindell stayed as a starting pitcher in this timeline. It was actually a pretty good one. Danny Tartabull, 600 homers, just real casual like. Okay, let's submit the ballot. I mean, obviously, Jesse Barfield is going to make the Hall of Fame. Like, there's no question about that. We'll see if anybody else makes it, though. All right, I am sitting on about $7 million. That's not a lot of money. The first thing I would love to do is trade David Bell. If I could get literally anything for him, I think that would be amazing. I will take all players. You know what? Jose Escanio, I think you suck, but you know what you're not? You're not $6 million. Alright. So we need to upgrade a third base. Or I guess just move Ramos Ramirez back to third and play someone else first. But I think him staying at third is fine. We need pitching, and we need a lot of things, basically. Chris Getz is not amazing. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Let's sort by best overall players. Is there anybody here that screams Colorado Rocky? Hi, Phil Nevin. I can't afford you, and I don't want to afford you. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. I mean, Gary Sheffield would just be funny, but I can't afford to spend half my free agent budget on a dude who doesn't play defense that well. So the first thing we need to do... Oh, I didn't see Chipper Jones. Yeah, we can't afford him. Wouldn't that be fucking incredible if we could, though? What if... What if I just cut your salary a little bit? in this first year, just so you can, just so I can afford you. But you're so good, but you're also like already 36. And your range is kind of gone. Yeah, I don't think I can do this. I think that's a needless extravagance. It doesn't actually help us all that much. Okay. Let's look at starting pitching first, though. We could bring in Derek Lowe for one last ride with the Colorado Rockies. I kind of want to bring in pitchers we already had, though. Mark Burley is not terribly exciting. Okay, let's be real. A lot of you guys aren't even freaking starters. You're relievers. You know what I'm gonna do? I know it kind of breaks our rule, but I'm running out of options here. And... oh, maybe not. Maybe there are actually a few other interesting pitchers here that are worth trying out. Yeah, Willis Roberts, you're not a starting pitcher. Alright, let's start with Dave Fleming. Wait, didn't you already pitch for me? You did pitch for Colorado a few seasons ago. You're actually pretty decent. Let's start with Freddie Garcia, though. Let's get some Freddie Garcia in our lives. Maybe add in some Mike Hampton as a bit of a treat. There you go. Now let's look at third base. Scott Spezio would be a pretty incredible choice as like a bench guy. But I kind of want somebody who can actually start and play third base with some level of talent. Here we go. Let's do... no, let's just go through one by one. Sean Figgins. Yeah, you're a bit expensive for a bench guy. We could bring back Colorado legend Tony Graffinino, but or not. Okay, this is an interesting choice, actually. I think Mr. Avila here might be a good option here. I know his contact isn't great, but he's going to draw a lot of walks. He's going to hit for a lot of power. And he's a pretty good third baseman. I think he's our target here. Let's make it 3 years, and then we have a bargain. And then I do still need to fill the utility guy slots. Placido Polanco can only play second. Mike Caruso plays third and short, and he's not terrible at second either. So yes, let's offer Mike Caruso a contract. No, you're not getting a starting lineup, and you're definitely not getting 3 years. You're getting 1 year. Yeah, you're not getting a starting lineup, so cease thy nonsense. Angel Santos isn't very good. Yeah, we can go for some... ooh, Ramon Vasquez, though, is like super cheap. And he's actually a pretty good utility guy. Let's get Ramon Vasquez. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's a man that knows his place. I also want a reserve outfielder. Somebody who can hit a little bit. But also somebody who has some defense. Alex Escobar. Perfect. Are you the same Alex Escobar that used to play for the Guardians? You are the same one, before he like ran into a fucking wall and fractured his orbital bone. Yes, please. I offer you a contract of most suitable duration. And let's check out and see if there's any interesting relief pitchers. Maybe somebody looking for another chance. We could just bring Kevin Gregg back. Or Mike Gonzalez. I could see getting Billy Wagner. I think he'd be a fine addition to our club. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's get some Billy Wagner. Oh, you're not a closer, though. But I will let you have the no trade clause, because they're not very expensive. Okay. This is a very worthwhile free agent expedition if we get all of our signees. I think it's going to put us in a decent position. I'd love to, my guy. I can't afford you anymore. I have too much money going to other people. No. That's fine. I will find myself another reliever. One who isn't so picky. What about... Is there any other pitcher who's like really fantastic? Yeah, I'm not giving Kevin Gregg a giant raise. Let's grab Matt Clement, because it could also turn into a starter if I needed to. I think that's a reasonable choice. There you go. Yeah, sorry, Billy Wagner. I'm not giving you closer because I've already got a closer. Did Chipper get his bag of cash? Yeah, he did. Chipper made a lot of money, and I don't blame him. Alright, now, who we can get in this draft might actually be very important, because we actually have a decent pick this time around. So if we can get somebody really great, that could be tremendous. I want all players, not just relievers, thanks. Let's auto draft until it's my turn to pick. Alright. So if we want a starting pitcher, there is Jhoulys Chacín. And there's a lot to like about him. There's a lot to like about him. Matt Wieters, Gordon Beckham. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink this. Give me Chacín, who also got drafted by the Rockies in real life, if I remember right. It's a match made in heaven. Let's go ahead and grab Andrew Bailey. Let's strengthen our bullpen a bit. That's always helpful. I mean, we can get a guy like Brandon Allen. You kind of have to, right? I actually don't hate him. Let's get Brandon Allen just so we have at least one hitter in this draft of some value. Let's draft Neftali Feliz. And you can do what you want to, scouting director. And remember, the cool thing is a lot of the people that we offer contracts to have minor league deals, which means I don't have to keep them. But yeah, I think Shakeen is a fantastic choice. And we can screw around on the Rule 5 draft, see if there might be somebody interesting. Anderson Hernandez is acceptable. Oh shoot, I never got a catcher. I do need another catcher. Yo, hook me up. Jaden Williams, I think you're in, my friend. And that'll do, pig. That'll do. All right. Let's skip ahead to spring. Oh, let's actually skip ahead to the Hall of Fame voting results. All right. Avila is guaranteed a spot on the roster. Oh, I guess they did offer major league contracts to both Garcia and Hampton. Oh, that's fine. I'll figure out something to do with them either way. Damn, good for you, Kevin Gregg. Oh yeah, Barfield, Greenwald, Tartable, Swindell, Howard Johnson, and Sid Fernandez all made it. Why didn't I vote for Sid Fernandez? I must have just missed him. This is a very busy off season. I vaguely remember that. I think I'm kind of satisfied though. Like real talk, I think I'm kind of satisfied with the roster as it's presently constructed, and I don't really see a huge amount of value in fucking with it to bring in other people right now. All right. Bailey, Shakeen, Felice, Escobar, and Vasquez all are going to get spring training invites. Give me a 6-man rotation, please. I was saying that to Julius, like Julius, kind of, but I've actually never heard the name said. So I welcome any corrections that you fine feathered friends might have for me. I'd agree with this lineup, but I'm not going to fuck with it for right now. I'm just going to see what happens here. That's a really productive free agency period. Like, I know we didn't get a lot of superstars, we got a lot of important contributors, and that's really the goal of any team entering into free agency. Is can I fill holes in such a way that doesn't create more holes? We only want so many holes in this game. Wow, Naftali Felice. Wow. Let's just send you right back to the minors, I guess. I remember when real life Mike Hampton went to the Rockies and got paid like an absurd amount of money. Good times. Good times. All right. So, let us get our roster set. I'm gonna come over here real quick, change to Zdeb, and then let's get this going. So I have a lot of pictures that are all about the same. A lot of pictures. So I think the first thing that has to happen is to get rid of Mike Hampton. He has chosen poorly, and Mike Hampton is no longer worthy to be a Colorado Rocky. So I need you to go literally anywhere for anything. Especially if it's an upgrade. Especially if it's an upgrade. Bring Juan Pierre back to Colorado, as is foretold. It's me, your old friend, Bonder. And we'll just trade for this guy. Like, I don't care if he's any good or not. This is just like getting Mike Hampton off my roster. Alright. I have 14 pitchers. That's about 2 pitchers too many. But I'm definitely keeping Andrew Bailey. He is a real good sausage. I think Lewis and Blevins can both get fucked. I think they can both go to the minors. So then we go 5-man rotation, and Mr. Garcia becomes emergency starter, long reliever. I do think Brad Lidge needs to be the closer. So we're going to make him the closer. And we're going to make... Do we make Andrew Bailey a stopper? No, he doesn't have enough stamina for that. But definitely we'll make him the 8th inning setup guy. There we go. Cool. Alright, that is your opening day Rockies rotation. If Shakeen can be anywhere near as good as his raw tools suggest, he's going to be special. He's going to be something pretty tremendous for us. And we're down to 25. Neat. Vasquez makes the lineup. So does Escobar. Cool. Alright, let's get the lineup set. So get rid of all this shit. Okay. I still think Travis Buck remains our best choice as a leadoff guy, even if some of his on-base skills have declined ever so slightly. I definitely don't have a better choice. Other than having like Maglo Ordonez lead off, and yeah. Yeah, so Buck is going to play right field and lead off. Batting second, I think, is clearly Maglo Ordonez, and then clearly Alex Gonzalez bats third. Then Aramis Ramirez, then Andrew Jones. And the question is, do we do Avila next, or do we do... Yadier Molina actually hits for decent average, so I think he's a good choice to bat 6th. Then Mr. Avila. Then Mr. Uribe. And that concludes your lineup, your opening day lineup for the Colorado Rockies. I'm just going to copy and paste this right over. And then here, we're just going to do whatever the AI thinks we should do. There we go. Cool. I did not know that about Roy Henshaw. I don't remember who Roy Henshaw is. I probably don't need Scott Thorman. In all honesty, I'm wondering if he's maybe just taking up a roster spot that he doesn't need to take up. That's actually a really good point. I'm gonna trade Chris Gatz because I don't see him ever making my roster, and see if I can turn him into a useful position player of some nature. Like maybe an upgrade over Travis Buck if I could get the perfect leadoff guy. Hi, Bobby. Gabe Kapler is also an excellent choice, though. Gabe Kapler would arguably be a better choice because we would have him for 3 years. I mean, the idea of getting Bobby Abreu is pretty fucking amazing. Yeah, not Nick Swisher, though. I know his deal. If I needed a center fielder, I'd strongly consider Carlos Beltran, but... So I guess the question is this. Would I rather have Bobby Abreu for 1 year or Gabe Kapler for 3 years? Or bring in Juan Pierre, I'm joking. I don't want Juan Pierre. Gabe Kapler seems like he'd be a pretty good choice, doesn't he? Like, stick his ass out and left, move lefty to right or something? I'd have him for a decent amount of time. I mean, Bobby Abreu is clearly the better player. I don't think there's any disputing that. However, we'd only have him for the 1 year. Is that good enough? I think so. I think I'd rather have Abreu because he's just that much better. And then see if we can afford him by moving around some other salaries. So let's get Bobby Abreu. We're going to send Scott Thorman to literally anywhere. Like, I don't want him anymore. All players, please. Just anybody. I mean, it's like Rick Vandenherk. I don't want to take up a roster spot. Chris Perez, you're in. And, oh, Magler Ordonez can't play right. He's equally bad in both outfield spots. So I guess you just stay right. Sorry, Abreu. Alright, but here's the big difference, right? Boom. Boom. And then do what you want for those two. Let's generate new depth charts. And new depth charts. And then do what you want. I like this a lot, actually. I like the idea of letting Maglo Ordonez be a DH when the time is right. All right, let's go. I do. Who on earth is still a non-roster invitee on this roster? Oh, Shakeen. I never put him on the 40-man. That's on me. Sorry, bro. We are not off to a great start, are we? And again, right, it's 1 month. It's probably just going to take some time to figure out how our players are going to perform, but... Nice work, Jensen Lewis. That's the kind of thing that gets you noticed. If you can throw a ball good, then you get a chance to throw a ball good in the majors. I'm seeing a lot of crooked numbers for us. It's like we're not scoring runs. Freddie, if you don't have a distraction in the clubhouse, shut the fuck up. That's a choice that is available to you. But like, there's no law that says you have to be an asshole just because you think you deserve more of a role than you have. Shakeen getting worse is not ideal. Alright. So what do we got, friends? Why are we only 25-20? We're not scoring runs. The thing we're supposed to be good at, hitting baseballs a really long way, is the thing that is not happening right now. And that is partly the fault of one Andrew Jones. My dude, if I'm paying $13 million, I need elite offense and elite defense. And right now, I'm only getting one of those things. I'm getting really great defense and pretty good base running. I need to see this average start ticking back up in the right direction. Jose Avila, look, you've already exceeded my expectations. I just need you to play competent defense and hit homers, and you're doing both of those things. So, well done there. Yeah, I think it's just, like, maybe Yadier Molina needs to be moved up the lineup, but also maybe not. Like, there's definitely more to be had from both Aramis Ramirez and from Alex Gonzalez. Like, they're both holding back a tiny bit. So maybe the solution here is just to wait it out and see what happens as the season progresses. Let us next evaluate the pitching staff. And what we have is thorough mediocrity. Brad Lidge is really struggling as closer. He decided that giving up home runs is a cool and good thing for a closer to do, which is obviously not accurate. So, Mr. Lidge, your contract says you get to be the closer, so I'm going to let you stay in that role for right now, but you will very quickly get replaced if you don't figure out your shit. Let's go and swap Brandon Webb and Freddie Garcia. I think that's one way we can improve the team a bit. And last but certainly not least, let's see if I could keep Bobby Abreu. Oh, hell no. Okay. That's fine. Could I trade Andrew Jones? Almost certainly not, right? Like, I don't think there's any way in hell that anyone's going to trade for him. Oh, plus he's got a no trade clause. I really overpaid for Andrew Jones. I don't think there's any disputing that. Oh well. Let's continue forward then. Okay. Oh, guess who's back in the rotation? Brandon Webb. And then I guess you call up Jerry Blevins because someone has to throw innings every now and again. Hey, look, excellence requires money, so yeah. All right, who is a Colorado Rocky All-Star? Magloire Ordonez and Bobby Abreu and Alex Gonzalez. Okay, that is completely fair. I don't know why Andrew Jones isn't getting consideration in center. Oh, is Darren Rosad the only red? No, they've got Roger Diego. I think Andrew Jones is in center field more than that fucko, but whatever. It's fine. I don't have any real prospects. It's true. It's fine. I do remember to fix roster change in last episode, so I'm pretty happy about that. We would regret that. Really? Not cool, Tim Lincecum. Not cool. No hitters are illegal, and you're illegal. I don't want Scott McRae, though, is the thing. Or Brandon Wood. Okay. So let's actually talk for a moment here. We are presently 53 and 52. It seems pretty unlikely that we're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I am saying it's pretty unlikely. At the moment, we are well back of the wild card race, and the Diamondbacks are really hot this season. So we have a very real question, which is, do we trade Bobby Abreu? Bobby Abreu has been sensational, but we already know there is no chance in hell of us being able to bring him back. Like, it's not going to happen. So trading him now and getting some decent stuff actually makes quite a bit of sense. If I could bring him back, I would think about it, but I obviously can't. So let's go ahead and see what sorts of players might be available of an outfieldery nature if we were to trade Bobby Abreu. I could get Gabe Kapler. I could get Rocco Baldelli, who is not a perfect fit in a lot of ways. Because I need a leadoff guy, right? That's the most important thing for me to have right now. Chris Richard is thoroughly unimpressive. Carl Everett is just the exact same problem, but kicking the can down the road a little bit. Jason Worth? Possibly. He's got a fairly big contract, but... And I'm not convinced he's actually a really good leadoff guy. Ooh, Lou Ford would be, though. He's a terrible outfielder, though. This Jason Worth is pretty competent defensively. I could get J.D. Drew, but that's not the kind of player I'm looking for either. Yeah, Jason Worth has a lot to recommend him. He's a pretty good outfielder. He's a good all-around hitter that happens to have really great on-base percentage. I'm arguably buying quite low on him, but I think the Colorado environment would probably do him good. Like, I get Lou Ford too, though. If he were anywhere near a competent outfielder, I'd probably strongly consider it. But the thing is that he isn't. I know we'd look like idiots. But what this gives me is it gives me a player who I can actually afford, who can do some of the same things that Abreu does. Let's do it. Wow, I guess the people really love Jason Worth. Who knew? I guess Miguel Rodriguez is equally bad at either outfield spot. Let's push him to right so that Jason Worth can play left. I mean, obviously, my preferred solution was to keep Bobby Abreu, but the man, I could not have afforded him. Like, not even close. So this is fine. This is fine. Chart, you can set this up however you'd like. There we go. Alright. I now feel reasonably confident about the future of the Rockies. Because keep in mind, up until this season, Worth is one of the better hitters in the National League. He's just off to a really crappy start this year. So I'm hopeful that the change in scenery will give him a chance to unlock his true power, his true potential, and that we'll end up a better team because of it. Alright, any other changes that we can make at this point in the season? Like, we need better starting pitching, but I don't have anything of value to trade at this point. Because typically, like, the moment we get a good to better than good player, we trade them. Now, I do want to call up Neftali Feliz, though. Because Jerry Blevins ain't nothing, and Neftali Feliz actually does have some talent, so let's get him up here as a middle reliever. That's cool. Let's go ahead and keep going. Look, I don't expect us to make the World Series. I don't expect us to make the playoffs at all. Like, it's possible we could go on a run here, but I mean, there's a lot of teams in front of us. So part of me kind of hopes we don't necessarily bottom out, but that we play poorly enough that we can get like a truly elite player in the next draft. Gonzalez pounds your mom. really care about roster expansion. Let's just go right to the end of the regular season. Literally nobody has ever thought of you as a starter, my guy. I think it's funny this comes from Alex Escobar, and yet it's like my client. Like, at least make up like a fake agent's name and have them email me. Otherwise, it's like, I am an agent. Watch me, agent. Which is very weird. Alright, so this is not what you call a good season. But let's actually break that down. The Oakland Canucks, that makes no fucking sense. What a stupid, stupid name. How about I just give you an extension? Really? Alright. Oh, I never even looked at, like, people whose contracts, like, coaches' whose contracts don't pay up, because I don't have any. I never got a hitting coach, that's funny. The entire season. They're just like, yeah, you'll figure it out. Let's see who wins the World Series this year, as a treat. I mean, I'm the only person who's offered you, so I bet you're probably super thrilled to get to work. Yeah, because what you are is an ungrateful little shit. I gave you a job and nobody else would. That's alright, though. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry at you. Kip, if that is your real name. Oh, fuck off. Really? Somebody else is trying to offer you money. Really? Probably Kip Young. He's probably telling people, yeah, you can sucker them into giving you a big salary and you can just fucking leave. God damn it, stop. Stop poaching my coaches. Alright. Listen here, you. Mike Paul, you're gone. I would much rather keep Buddy Black than deal with your bullshit. There's your promotion. Now quit your kvetching. And here, we'll take this guy and make him the AWOL pitching coach. Good. Alright, now no more people. Wow, thanks, jackass. And the A's won the World Series. That's fine. That's fine. I genuinely thought Alex Gonzalez might opt out, and I'm really pleased that he didn't. He is worried. Alright. So first, let's deal with the first base coach issue. We like people that are anything but controlling. Zane Smith, you've done a pretty good job. I think you can be promoted to first base coach. Are you actually a good manager? You're a reasonably good manager. I'm willing to give you an opportunity to be a manager in AAA. Mark McLemore isn't that great, so I think we just go ahead and get a new AA manager. A guy like Randy Lurch. No, this is AA, right? We want somebody who's a little bit better at development. Let's get Mickey Klutz. You're such a klutz, Mickey. There we go. Alright, let's look at arbitration amounts. I will offer Sean Markham a modest raise. I don't know how I always have like more money every year, but I love it. Rafael Perez, I think we have to let go. Like, he's never been that special. And I just think we could probably find a better lefty in free agency, so we're going to non-tender him. Yeah, Mr. Wong, I don't think you deserve $1 million. I'm going to non-tender you too. I'm going to quickly try to trade you for any kind of interesting prospect. There are no interesting prospects, so I guess you'll just have to get a new place in free agency. Yadier Molina is clearly better than most catchers I could come across, so I will happily give him a raise. Like, Jeff Francoeur is fine, but that's about the nicest thing I can say about him, is that he's fine. He doesn't want very much money, so that's okay. Oh, he's still grumpy. Now, Travis Buck. He was still fairly productive, actually, even in limited playing time. So I think a one-year deal for him isn't totally unfair. But I'm not giving you the starting lineup. Yeah, we'll go to arbitration then. I don't even care, dude. Do I want to keep any of these guys? I mean, Brandon Webb was kind of not very good. Yeah. Just a lot of thoroughly unremarkable performances off the bench and off of some of our free agents. So, my friends, let us discuss how the season actually went and what we could do better next year. By the end of the season, we had the offense right. The offense was where it needed to be, and that's great. But the pitching staff was abysmal the entire season and never really got better. That is probably the most important thing to improve in the offseason, is try to find a really good pitcher. Our defense is actually surprisingly decent. However, I think Maglio is going to continue to be an issue. He is an outstanding hitter. A truly fantastic position player who gave back almost 2 wins with his terrible defense. I love Maglio Ordonez. I love him. I think he was at one point a great fit. But we can surely find an even better outfielder if we shop him around. So let's talk to people about trading Maglio Ordonez. Let's grab... Yeah, I can't afford to pay him that much money. Let's grab AJ Burnett and turn him back into a starter. I think that's a good choice. Done. You are not a reliever, though, by the way. You are most definitely a starting pitcher. Also, look how bad Shakeen looks now. Yikes. Anyway. Alright. So let's break down the offense this season. Who played well and who didn't play so well. Guardian Magordonias was great, offensively. Alex Gonzalez was very, very good. The only thing that does concern me, though, is the walk rate dropped and the strikeout rate spiked. If he's cracking, 30, 40 homers a year, it's not as big a deal, but this does worry me a little bit that his bat might be slowing down. Still a fantastic player, though, and well worth the money. Andrew Jones, though, he's so good defensively that I don't think we could trade him at the moment, but he's quickly becoming an issue. Also, he won't let us trade him, which is fine. Aramis Ramirez, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Good pop, good on base skills, decent average. 2 thumbs up. Good performance by Mr. Ramirez here. As predicted, Jason Worth came over to Colorado and instantly tapped back into the player he always had been. So this is going to be very helpful for us to have such a talented player at a reasonable price for the next few seasons. Yadier Molina, anytime a catcher's worth 3 wins, you know you're doing something right. Jose Avila, hey, I said I want more than David Bell, and I got a great defender who hit quite a few homers, and, by the way, was a pretty good third baseman. The errors, maybe a few more than I'd like, but I'm happy with Avila. I'm happy with this contract, and I think he'll be useful going forward. We even got a pretty good year out of Travis Buck, who didn't even start most of the year. Now, Juan Uribe. Mr. Uribe, you are quickly perhaps proving to be less effective offensively. But you're still a real good second baseman. You're still real good at that, so that's fine. Yeah, we could use a lot more team speed, though. We're a bit of a slow station-to-station type team, and we've run into a lot of double plays as a result. These numbers are pretty scary. Not gonna lie. But lineup wasn't the problem. High pitching staff. Thank goodness for Chris Young going completely nuts, as is Andrew Bailey, because the rest of the pitching staff was replacement level, is the nicest way to put it. Which is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and we can only hope that with another year of seasoning, a lot of these pitchers will pitch better. Brad Lidge, I can't leave you as my closer. I can't. You're a very valuable pitcher, and I know you're going to get salty if I don't make you the closer, but you're going to shut the fuck up about it and be a team player. Because Andrew Bailey's a much better pitcher than you, as is Carlos Villanueva. So, we have a new starting pitcher in AJ Burnett, and I think he's going to be very useful in that role. Great. We need better pitching. We need the best pitching we can afford, and I do have some money to spend now. And I really want to try to get at least an interesting outfielder, too. Maybe somebody that's an even better, an even better leadoff type guy. I don't know. But what I do know is we're picking 11th next season. So that could be very interesting to see how that turns out. So, disappointing season, yes. But I think we've still made some useful progress. We found a couple of interesting players. And I do think that there is a lot of room for improvement, and that we'll start seeing some of that improvement next season. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Until next time, my friends, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please remember to like and subscribe. This has been Guardian, and I bid you